Theater of the mind.
Theater of the mindset.
Last week on Faith and Fortune, we met our protagonists, Sahra, Luken, and Herry, as they took one last evening of summer fun at a townie party in Borland Lake. After things went awry, Luken had his first run-in with Baaz while trying to help save Sahra. Herry and Asher helped evacuate the cave and save the partygoers, and Sahra met Amenet, the space between the stars. While heading home, the gang talked about Asher's future as the king of Venithar and just what kind of king he might become.
How much does 20 years change a person? How much does a lifetime change a person? Are we accountable for the decisions of our forebears? To what degree are we accountable for the decisions we made a decade ago? How much can we really change? These are all questions that the incarnate king Esau Theophilus Zimri wrote in his journal. The reincarnated king Asher Theophilus Zimri reads his previous life's journal as he looks out across Resinium City. At the top of a hill rise, the Stelshall River breaks before entering into the sea, and Asher can see the bustling city around him. So much has changed in the last 20 years, and yet he finds himself embroiled in the politics and the ramifications of the decisions that he, in some capacity, made in his previous life, and the life before that, and the life before that, and the life before that. He remembers so much thanks to the ritual which reunites the memories of his previous lives to this one. And yet, they were still previous lives. And the childhood and the life that he has lived now colors and shapes those memories. Sitting before him is an order that he has given, a diplomatic envoy he has sent to the small town of Charnwick in the northeastern region of Venithar. Shockingly, to many, and to Asher himself, the best individuals that he could think of and that he could gather for this envoy are individuals close to his heart, or at least were close to his heart at one time. It seems that a protest has gotten out of hand per a briefing from Senator Gustavo Reyes, the senator representing Charnwick. And Senator Reyes has requested additional support from the Incarnate King and the Council of Faith, sending the ward of the tribes, Sahra Cassain, to represent the people of the tribes, Prelate Luken Masquar, representing the interests of the Council of Faith, and sending his uncle, Senator Herry Pinch. The Incarnate King, Asher Theophilus Zimri, is hoping to quell this problem before it gets to become a national issue. With that, he moves that briefing to the side and picks up yet another problem requiring his attention. And with that, we will zoom out and back in hundreds of miles away, where we will pick up with Herry Pinch. Where do we find Senator Herry Pinch 20 years later?
Herry Pinch is in a little side office conference room at the place he's staying in Charnwick, talking with his assistant Beanie getting the rundown on the events of the last week, any sort of relevant information about the students that are around here, that are involved in the protest, and getting ready to meet with the senator of the Charnwick area.
Senator Pinch, it looks like there have been the protests have been happening since the 8th, so it's been at least 4 days now, and they've been on a hunger strike. You see, Beanie is this petite woman. She has basically a suit jacket on with a little senator staff lapel pin. Her hair is curly and kind of done up in a tight ponytail in the back. She is clearly dressed for travel, but trying to look as professional as possible. Her dark skin and kind of close kept hair kind of all looks like she is just wound a little too tight. There is not a wrinkle on her, whether that is because of excellent skincare routine or because her hair is pulled back so tight that there is no option for a wrinkle. She is younger than you by a significant margin, just out of Venithar University, and has been very interested in working for Herry for a number of years now. And kind of going through the events of the past couple of days, she says, it looks like a few days ago, 3 members of the protest were taken into custody and are still there.
What were they taken in custody for?
It looks like a fight broke out, and the members, both parties involved in the fight were taken into custody, but 3 of the protesters specifically, and a man by the name of Jaris Van Worth, was also a local resident of Charnwick, was also taken into custody.
What was he taken for?
The same thing, rowdy behavior.
Okay, but he wasn't a protester.
He's not a protester, no. He's a local citizen.
Who's reported on this so far? Is this national yet? Has anyone?
Currently not national news.
Okay.
I have no reports, just local news up here in this region.
What are the demands of the protesters?
The protesters are demanding action, specifically action for the Steelmarrow tribe, on the part of the Council of Faith and the Incarnate King. Also, as a result of the custody, the individuals being taken into custody, they're demanding they be released.
For sure.
And that punitive measures be taken on those who attacked them. They're also demanding that in lieu of the return of the land to the Steelmarrow tribe, that sanctuary be given to individuals from the Steelmarrow tribe, the giants there, a sanctuary be given in Venithar for them to seek refuge in. Space. Essentially.
Who's this other side? Do we know? Is there an organization that's messing with these protesters, or what's the...
It seems that there's been reports that sympathy magic is being utilized. A number of young people have also joined the protesters, members of the local school, and just younger generations in general seem to be joining in. And so rumors of sympathy magic have risen, and that's causing the locals to be a little spooked.
So it's just the local folks against the protesters. It's not some other larger organization.
As of right now, that seems to be the case.
All right. Okay. Herry is this very short, a generous 5 foot, if he's got some big shoes on. Ancestry is mixed halfling human. Think Robert Reich, Jed Bartlett type. Just a little guy. His voice has kind of gotten pretty rough over the years from a lot of bar singing, smoking, and drinking, and he is basically putting on his nice little 3-piece suit with a bolo tie with a gold ring around the middle of a black sort of emblem there. All right, do we have time? Have you reached out to Gustavo yet, as far as getting a little time to get together on this?
I have. We had an appointment with Gustavo later this afternoon. I do have reached out to Lieutenant Fender Stryke. They are the leader of the guard here. Also have an appointment with them sooner.
Thank you.
Of course.
Can I do just... you tell me if you've just already given me everything. But I've got Loreborn, so I've got advantage on rolls to get the history and culture of like a region or a place.
Yep.
So can I just get not even necessarily with like the herb, but like just any rundown of why the economy of these locals, and it could be through Beanie and like just kind of why here, why now, and why is everyone pissed? That'll be a 17 with hope.
17 with hope. So this portion of Venithar borders along the Nation, which is a largely desert portion of Sariel, filled with tribesfolks who are largely mercantile in nature. And so as a result, a lot of the border towns, villages, and cities take advantage of that. And this group of tribesfolk are likely merchants.
Okay.
And would probably be regular visitors in this area. What's odd is if they are protesting something, this would probably disrupt trade routes. They have places to go, other stops to make. They have made agreements with other towns, villages. So the impact to this town is probably minimal. The impact to other towns will be how the news spreads.
Gotcha.
If another town down the road is expecting this caravan to show up in 2 or 3 days, when they don't show up, people are going to start to talk.
Gotcha.
And when people start to talk, they're going to wonder, well, why aren't they here? Oh, they're protesting. What are they protesting about? So that's how news is going to get out.
Okay.
These areas magic is pretty prevalent across Venithar, but just using magic to transport and teleport goods from place to place is a waste of magic.
Yeah.
So they depend on these caravans to transport things. And so even if it's not something directly from the Nation, it would not be uncommon for this to be how letters are transported, to be how any amount of goods is gotten from point A to point B. And so it's not just we haven't gotten our goodies from the tribe that goes through. It's, genuinely other things are transported in this fashion. So
Gotcha.
Supply lines are being disrupted.
Gotcha. So basically our goal here, correct me if I'm wrong, Beanie, is basically we got to get trade back up in this area, so we need to figure out what we're trading. Is that what I'm getting? What we're trading these protesters, how do we get them to...
Dispersing the protesters was definitely priority number one.
Sure, but the reason we need to disperse them is to get the trade route.
Yes, it seems here that they have, they primarily deal in salt.
Okay.
And so getting the salt through this supply line would be highly...
Great. All right, that's step one. What time's our meeting with Stryke?
We have probably 15, 20 minutes.
All right, should we head that way?
Yeah, we can head that way. Is there anything else I can help you with? I am a little out of my water here.
You and me both. Just keep getting me information wherever you can. I'll work on the social bits and see if we can... I'll tell you this. I don't know that we're going to stop or change anything for the protesters today, but our goal is to get them enough of what they want to find a new way to protest and get this solved as far as today's thing going.
Senator Reyes is going to be pretty concerned about getting this supply line up and moving again, but he also could be convinced if push comes to shove, could be convinced to be a little more aggressive. He has a history of Senator Reyes has a history of giving a kind ear to a stronger arm in the past, more so than others in his circle, in the circle of sand.
Gotcha.
So something to keep in mind. He has voted 3 times with the circle of rock, so a little unusual for senators of his kind.
Remind me above table, circle of sand, where they stand on Nation stuff.
Very, very, generally pretty pro Nation.
Gotcha. Cool. So he's also going to be in the realm of being kind of pro these protesters, but knowing that he needs to also...
Yeah.
He's going to be easier to work with.
Yeah.
He's not trying to strong arm a thing.
Yep.
Oh, great. Okay. Who else is here? Who are we working with? Who else is here?
We have, obviously, the lieutenant.
Okay.
Lieutenant is older. She has been in her role for a number of years. She seems to have a pretty stalwart history, did serve a little bit of time in the war against the Lost.
Okay.
So is a seasoned veteran. I would definitely consider her your biggest obstacle in terms of handling this in a peaceful manner. She was the one that ordered the arrests. It also looks like things really culminated with the murder.
Oh.
Sorry, I kind of brushed past that.
Murder's a big one.
It's just here.
Murder's
No,
a big one.
my
I know.
bad.
Yeah, I know you're a numbers person, but the murder. One murder is plenty of murder.
Yeah, one murder is a statistical anomaly.
Yeah. Say more about that.
Yeah, so the captain of the guard, Otra Lochner, was murdered 2 nights ago.
Oh.
The suspect is still at large, although it appears that we do have a name.
What's the name?
The name is Amira Rashad. She is a young Urite in the caravan.
Oh, so she was protesting.
She is not a protester, no.
Oh.
She's not a protester. But it appears that she had been caught on the wrong side of the law a few days before, and some of her ritual items was confiscated.
Okay, so people are assuming it's her. She's a true suspect.
She's a true suspect.
Okay. And, so... And these other protesters that have been arrested that don't have anything to do with the murder?
No proof has been brought in that fashion.
Okay. All right. We don't like the killing.
We don't like the killing.
Yeah, just so I know you want to get more into politics. We don't like the killing.
Yes, I want to be clear. I felt that way even before I knew I wanted to get into politics.
Great. That's earnestly good to hear.
Yeah.
You are very good at what you do. Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Senator Pinch, if I may ask a question?
Always.
What's your plan? I know you said that you were interested in getting the protesters to protest in a different way.
Yeah.
In Resinium City, it's one thing to protest in a way, but out here, it's harder to get. There's not a lot of news cycles that focus in this area, so.
For sure.
In general, you have to be pretty loud to get the attention.
What they want is for the caravan not to get to where it needs to, and that's how they get their word out. We need the caravan to get to where it needs to so the word doesn't get out. So what we can offer them, potentially, is some variety of other way of getting word out. Maybe that's in Resinium City. Maybe that's in a treatise with someone else. Those are the tools we have. We don't really know how we can use them. Our cards are power higher up, and so if they're willing to put this particular protest on the back burner in order to get a bigger ear in the future, that might be our best play. But until we talk to them, we don't really know.
And the other members of the envoy, what is your read on them?
Well, old friends, which is kind of nice. More emphasis on old at this point, as far as I go. I've not really spent any time with Luken or Sahra in years, but they're good folks. I'm sure Luken's going to handle the House of Fortune and whatever the hell's going on with that guard. So apparently the Faith of Baaz and the House of Fortune in Charnwick has apparently sent some adventurers to protect the protesters, which seems outside of the norm of the Council of Faith, and so that's new and fresh. So I'm looking forward to talking with Luken about that and see what's up. And then Sahra is a wild card. I know a few different versions of Sahra, and so we'll see which one shows up as far as Urnation or Venitharan or both. So should be fun.
Her allegiances are with Venithar, right?
We never make any assumptions on anyone's allegiances.
Okay. She writes that down. Circles it twice.
Regardless of stated allegiances, both are great people and want what's best for the average person. And that average person might just not be Venitharan in this case.
As you say that, you arrive at the office of the guard. It is this barracks-style building. There is not a lot of decor on the outside, but it is clearly marked. There are 2 guards stationed on the outside. They see the gold emblem with the dark senatorial mark inside, wave you inside, and you make your way to the office of the lieutenant. When you walk in, the lieutenant is sitting and reviewing some type of brief on her desk. You can't see quite what it is. She has a stack of papers on both sides of her that she has clearly moved. One pile is for reviewed, the other pile is for unreviewed. She is this Panther Qatari person, and you can see she is probably a little bit older than you. Well into her 50s. Her fur is grayed, and she wears, even as a lieutenant who in this kind of setting would maybe spend more time in the office than not, even in that position, she is still wearing a gambeson, a garb that would be fit for, if she needed to, light combat. So clearly an individual with that kind of mindset. And you can see that her two-handed sword is leaned up against the wall behind her in its scabbard. And there are a number of books in a bookcase. But aside from that, her office is fairly minimal in design. She has one large window that looks over the town wall into the desert behind her. But mostly everything is pretty open air in this space across the town in general. The climate here is fairly warm. Lots of people use plazas and open air as a way to keep things and air flowing and keep things comfortable. She acknowledges you as you walk in with just like a brief look up and says, my 2 o'clock is here, Senator.
Stryke, as we're walking in, Harry's going to look at Beanie and just say, go become friends with another assistant, figure out what Stryke wants, needs, and is afraid of.
When you say friends with, you see her eyes get big.
Yeah. You don't have to go get drinks later. Just friendly. You'll be fine.
Okay, I'll make friends. And she looks at, don't assume the motives of anyone, as she reviews her paperwork and moves away.
Lieutenant Stryke, Herry Pinch.
Senator Pinch, nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you. Sorry that we have to meet on some complex and unfortunate circumstances.
I find that rarely in my line of work do I meet a lot of people in other circumstances, but I imagine that not to be the case for you. So I, if anything, extend my apologies to you.
Yeah, I'm happy to help. I don't know what I'll be able to do, but happy to be of service to you.
Well, I hope a lot, honestly. I think with the backing of the King and the Council of Faith and the Senate, I think we are actually going to be able to do a lot of good work here. So
great.
I anticipate you have some type of official decree that is going to allow us to take some greater action here.
Not yet. Not yet. We're going to spend the first day or two fact-finding and having some conversations. So you're my first stop. You're the most important one that I need to come to first, as you're on the ground here. And so I'm coming to you first to get the truth out of what's going on.
I'm going to spend a fear.
God damn it.
And she arches an eye and says, fact-finding.
That's true. I don't have a decree or anything. We're just here to solve this. But
that is true.
Yeah, okay, I just want to make sure.
Yep. She arches her eye and says, fact-finding.
Yes.
Does that imply that we have not found all the facts? I believe we gave you a report.
Yeah, you gave everyone a report, and I'm here to follow up on it.
Great. Yeah. I need, because the individuals involved are not from our nation.
Sure.
I cannot just arrest them. I need an official notice that I can arrest this individual.
Yep.
Because doing so is a quote, and she makes quote fingers in the air, a diplomatic move.
Yep.
I need full buy-in from the Senate. She keeps making air quotes in the air as she is clearly over all of this.
Yep.
She says, it seems to me like the laws of the land should apply to everyone. And I've been told that they do.
Yeah.
But because it's someone from somewhere else, it's diplomatic in nature.
Yep.
and you have to be here for that to happen?
I guess so.
Great, so you're going to now tell me that I can arrest them.
I don't have a decree to do that. Boy, I wish I could. I mean it when I tell you I came to you first for a reason.
Okay.
Because you and I are going to come up with a plan right now.
Okay, love that.
I don't have a decree.
Okay.
I don't have power. You're looking at a lower-ranking member of the Circle of Gold.
Okay.
I'm not going to overstate my position here. Okay. We're on the same team.
Okay.
So let's have a conversation on what you actually need short of a decree that I don't have. What can I do short of that to help you on this?
Give me a presence roll.
That is a 5 with hope.
5 with hope.
I'm not doing a great job lying today.
So that's a failure with hope.
Oh, can I use... It'd still probably be a failure. But can I use Senator of Resinium City to add to... Oh, I'm so sorry. It's not a 5. It's an 8. Can I say we used a hope to Senator of Resinium City?
Yeah.
Which would be +2, so it'd be a 10.
I think a 10 will be a success with hope.
Okay.
Yes.
I need to remember that there are more stats than just the die.
Yes.
Anyway. Yeah.
A 10 with hope. So go ahead and mark your hope.
Well, do I get it, or do I just mark it?
You can mark it or just immediately spend it for that purpose.
Great.
It is just a 10, which I think was the minimum of what we were going to need in that moment.
Absolutely.
And she says, I appreciate, you know what? I was worried that you were going to come in here and give me a lot of politicking.
Sure.
And I appreciate you putting all your cards on the table. So I'm going to put all of my cards on the table.
I appreciate that.
I have one of my own murdered.
Yep.
By someone from that caravan. And I need justice.
Yeah.
Can you and I paint a picture of what justice looks like right now?
Talk to me about... I have very little information on the murder. In fact, between us girls, it was the last thing my assistant told me. There's a lot of data that I got ahead of, a lot of population density things. And the murder came up a little bit late.
Okay.
So talk to me about the who's, the whys, the evidence we have so far. Because all I can do is... I can only carry your information so far if I don't have it, you know?
The murder happened. We discovered the body of Otra yesterday. Well, we believe the murder happened yesterday. We found the body this morning. And
were they on patrol? What were they doing?
We found the body in the woods. She slides you a picture of an absolutely mutilated corpse.
Okay.
It looks like a animal just had its way with this body.
Yeah.
Like, absolutely desecrated this body. We have reason to suspect that there's also magic involved.
Yeah.
A number of days ago, on the 8th, we had reports from an individual from the town having nightmares. And then a few days later, members of my humble town began to join in the protest. Lots of signs of sympathy magic.
Mm-hmm.
And so...
Talk to me about that. What does that mean? I'm not a magic person. I'm a comms person.
Listen, I know about as much about primal magic as anybody else.
Okay.
What we know is that members of the protest are hunger striking, and that the magic that they are utilizing, they're striking at the well.
Okay.
And anyone who goes to the well experiences and feels the same hunger pains that they are experiencing.
Okay.
And so that sympathy magic, we believe, is also being utilized to sway people to their cause.
Okay.
We don't have proof of that, but we do have proof of the hunger pains.
Okay. And have you been to the site? I mean, I assume
Yes.
you've been to the site?
Yep.
Have you experienced that yourself?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. No notice of anybody casting anything or any
Aside from the
obvious?
the primal magic that is chaining them to that space, no other magic signs.
Okay. And so, not to be crass or anything, but I'm assuming the suspect must be a giant person with some powerful weapons in order to do what I see your captain ended up facing.
We are trying to cooperate with the leaders of the Urite caravan and not having a lot of success.
Sure.
Their leader, Wayfinder Deeprock, is not being the most cooperative.
Sure. And that's unfortunately not super surprising. But I guess not to over focus on this, and obviously like Harry's like looking at this picture of a mutilated body. She's like, what are your forensics saying how this happened?
Otra, on the 9th, Otra confiscated the ritual items from an individual named Sister Hennel. She is a ritualist, and we believe this suspect number 1.
Okay, so I have incorrect information already, so I'm glad I came to you first. I was told Amira Rashad was the suspect.
Amira Rashad she is the head of the protest and is commonly understood to be the focal point of the problem at hand.
Of course.
But we have reason to believe that she is not capable of the magic at hand.
Yeah.
This, and she gestures to the picture, is beyond what we think that Rashad could accomplish.
Okay, and so what kind of magic are we thinking? Just general primal? Is there any more information on what it was confiscated from Hennel, Sister Hennel?
I'm happy to show you.
Yeah, let's talk. Let's see.
She takes you over. You go out of the office to essentially where they keep evidence, the evidence locker.
Harry looks at Beanie and gives a thumbs up.
Beanie is talking to a person who's like at their desk, writing something out, and she's just like leaning against a wall with a mug of coffee in her hand, just like trying to make casual conversation. And you hear her say, yeah, I mean, statistically, it should be 7 degrees colder this week than it is. It's crazy.
I just give a wink and just hoping for some some inspiration. Okay.
You go to this locker, evidence locker, and eventually she pulls out just an absolute crate full of candles. There's some vials in there. There's a book, a thick tome. It's pretty packed full of, you see some dried herbs, and they say this was all compensated from Sister Hennel.
Okay, so this was confiscated before the murder?
This was confiscated before the murder, yes.
Okay, so these are most of this person's spellcasting stuff. And so we still think they're, well...
I don't know.
Okay.
Does this look like... I can't do anything with magic.
I get it. I also can't... It looks like a lot of spellcasting materials.
It does look like a lot of spellcasting materials.
I assume this is... Yeah.
We got their book, which is usually like the most important part.
Right. So I guess that's I'm not questioning putting any doubt on you. I'm just trying to make sure that if I get asked, well, how did you do this without X, Y, or Z, I have an answer.
I mean, what if they have more?
And that's the next step, right? Which then implicates far more than this one person. Mm-hmm. And so this is all very helpful information. Okay. What message do you need me to carry out to the next 7 or 8 meetings over the next few days I'm going to have to take?
That we're coming to arrest her.
Okay.
We need to at least be able to question her.
Certainly.
I think that's what they don't understand, is that we have to be able to question her.
Sure.
And we need to bring her in for questioning.
Sure. Let me start.
Can we get like a sanction for like any type of our own sympathy magic to question her?
I'll send Beanie on that. Beanie's my assistant. Beanie's going to be she's the one chatting up your assistant right now.
Okay.
And I'm sorry for whatever weirdness she tells him later.
My
but she's
my
doing
assistant
the
prefers not to be spoken to.
best. Yeah. Honestly, so does Beanie. So it's going
Oh,
to
I'm
be...
sure their conversation is riveting.
Honestly, it's going to be an interesting back end there. So I'll put Beanie on trying to figure out what tools we can get you as we figure this out. We can do that while I'm also getting information. The reality is we're going to have to put the case together where that becomes the most attractive option, if that makes sense. And so I'm working with you.
Understood.
Yep. Okay, I'm off. I've got to meet Gustavo. And then I'm sure, I don't know, a handful. How's the interactions between you and the adventurers from Baaz? Talk to me about what's going on there.
So we typically see a number of adventurers come through town on their way to the Ur Desert. There are a number of ruins out there. And after the protests, we needed to ramp up security on the area.
Yeah.
But the House of Fortune sanctioned a protection
That's what I heard.
quest, essentially. And there are now 14 adventurers.
That's a few parties.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a pretty easy quest for them to be going on. So there are now 14 adventurers. And I want to be clear, they outstrip every one of my guards members.
Yes, I understand. Okay.
Protecting these protesters.
Okay.
And the caravan.
Okay.
And I'm a little confused why the Church of Baaz is sanctioning this type of adventure.
Yeah.
And I'm not getting a lot of information from the sender.
I have an old friend showing up with from Baaz Faith. I'll see what I can find out from them. I have what you need from me. What I need from you is to have a little patience and a little bit of a cool head. I'm not questioning that you can or can't do that. I'm asking that we now have a lot of players that are going to fuck with your shit. And I'm here to help you not have your shit fucked with. And so trust me that I'm on your team and we're going to figure this out. It fucking sucks if 14 other adventurers are sent your way. And that makes it really complicated.
I just want to be clear.
Yeah.
I can only control what my guardsmen do on the clock.
Yep.
And the town is pissed.
Yeah.
They're scared.
Yep.
And that's honestly worse.
Yep.
I'm glad that you're here, and it sounds like a couple of other folks were sent. But this needs to get handled quickly.
Our best scenario is that this disperses and you get justice for what you need. But the dispersing is important.
The dispersing is important, and justice will only happen.
Yep.
Those are hand in hand.
Yep.
Same page.
Same page.
Great.
Love it.
I need to write down another name, and then we can jump to...
We're going to quickly find out how much I was just kind of lying about being on her same page.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping Beanie has some information on what she needs and what her weaknesses are. I need you, Beanie.
Beanie seems reliable. This is fine.
Yeah.
She knows the weather pattern.
She knows the weather.
Wherever we are. Yeah. It is wild that it's this warm out.
Dang, asking for fucking torture magic sucks, though, huh? Cops are gonna cop, huh?
Cops are going to...
Cops
If you
never
have the ability to
change.
read a mind, would you not? On the other side of town, approaching the Fortune of Charnwick, the temple to Baaz, the god of adventure, ambition, and good fortune, most of, at least as often as possible, fortunes are located near bodies of water or within sight of water because Baaz greatly favored seafaring. He is often depicted in many stories as being on the ocean or seeking a way on a ship. And this being so close to the desert doesn't afford many options in that way. And the fortune here makes up for it by casting giant sails as ways to create shade in the desert heat. So despite the fact that there is not a actual body of water anywhere near Charnwick, you get a nautical feel from the Fortune of Charnwick merely from the large cloth shades that billow and snap in the wind as it moves through the open courts of the Fortune itself. all fortunes have a number of things in common. One, usually an audacious amount of gold that make for the decor. Second, usually a large depiction of Baaz himself, a simian with 4 arms, each holding one of his divine instruments. And last, the questing board on which these pre-sanctioned adventures are posted for various adventuring parties to choose pre-blessed adventures that they can go on, knowing that Baaz has gifted them with good fortune as they go out on this quest. This is what you see, Prelate Luken, as you approach. Why do you describe how you look 20 years later and what we see?
Yeah, Luken, unlike who he was 20 years ago, now carries himself with like a bearing of confidence. He, it's not quite marching, but he is, walking with purpose as he approaches the fortune. He is a simian, standing about 5'8", 5'9", athletically built. Looks like he has been through some level of like physical trials through his time. He has like some scarring here and there. Perhaps his most striking feature, though, is as a young person, his mixed fairy ancestry resulted in him having wings, but those wings were largely like ornamental. He couldn't fly. They looked like bugs' wings, kind of gray, black, kind of draped over his shoulders, but they weren't a noticeable or useful feature. Now, as the prelate, as one of the 4 seraphs of Baaz, his wings are bright red and lay, when not in use, along his back almost like a cloak. He is the Seraph of Flame, one of 4 seraphs in the Church of Baaz. And in that role, when he uses his wings and the sun hits them, those red wings look like they are aflame. So he is capable of having a pretty striking presence where he goes. And along with that, he again, just carries himself with that kind of confidence as he walks up to the fortune. He knows that this is a place where he is respected and, if not in charge, pretty close to it.
Walking up to the fortune, you see that there are a number of people going about their business. You see a group of adventurers who are using this as a waypoint, which is a pretty common practice. They are packing their bags full of various supplies that they know that they can re-up at any of the fortunes. There are another group of individuals who are reviewing maps. A lot of fortunes will invest in cartography as a way to encourage adventuring. You also see the large questing board where there are detailed notes pinned up, giving information on various quests that individuals can go on, knowing, again, that Baaz has pre-sanctioned these things, pre-blessed them with good luck. You also see, not uncommonly, an acolyte of Phalos, the god of music and revelry, has an acolyte here. She is a young Galapaga woman. Her shell has been brightly painted with many colors, and she is tuning a lyre that sits on her lap as she lounges back in the sun on the steps. She is the only kind of official clergy person that you see. You don't see any official Baaz clergy.
I walk up to the Scalapaga, but as I do I see any like adventuring parties get pretty close to heading out?
Give me actually you see an adventuring party getting ready to head out.
Yeah, I walk up to them and clap them on the back.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. They immediately kind of get down on their knees and kind of bow their heads. A seraph.
No,
please,
no need for the bowing. You please, don't let me interfere. You look like you're hard at work.
Oh, we were just about to head out. There's a quest that we plan to go on south of here to a cave. There are some kobolds that need depopulating, if you will.
Jesus.
Just using the language on the board.
Yeah, that sounds like a great quest. I know you'll do great. Be bold and go with Boz, and I hand them a coin. That is like a Boz. You couldn't spend this. It's not like currency, but it's like a Boz specific coin that I hand out to show some like additional favor on this group of adventurers before they head out.
Yeah.
Before you go, have you seen the sender? Is he in? Is he around? Or she? I shouldn't have assumed.
Sender Demrick, he is out and about. I think recently he was seen near the well. It's been kind of a dramatic time, and he was there administering to the adventurers.
Very good. Yeah, I'm aware that it's been a little bit of a dramatic time around here, and that's what I was hoping to speak to him about. But
yeah, all of that's a little bit above our pay grade. It's not quite our area of expertise.
It might be a little above my pay grade as well, but here I am.
No, absolutely. No way. Absolutely not. Thank you so much for this. And they kind of clutch the coin that you gave them tightly, and they say, we really appreciate this. We feel confident about our depopulation quest now.
Wonderful. Go forth, depopulate. You're
Be
going to do
bold.
great. Be bold. I don't want to take up any more of your time. You've been very helpful. Best of luck and good fortune to you.
Thank you. And they bow one more time and then head off.
Great. Then I go talk to the Galapagos with the lyre.
Yeah. She is kind of strumming it casually, just checking the notes. You hear her hum a little bit, just checking the pitch, and then sees you. She has, her eyes get a little big, but she doesn't have quite the shocked reaction that maybe the other adventurers did. She sets her lyre to the side and gives you a head nod, and she says, Prelate?
Acolyte. Can I ask, what's your name?
Ivrana?
Verana?
Ivrana?
Ivrana. Well, it's great to meet you. What are you doing here? What?
Oh, this is, I'm an acolyte serving here in the Fortune of Charnwick, and currently the sender is out, and so I'm just making sure everything is keeping tidy, and I had a spare minute, so I'm just tuning my lyre.
I'm not accusing you of being a liar.
Tuning my lyre. But is there anything I can help you with?
Well, with the sender not here, I just gotten into town pretty recently, and I'm hoping you can clue me in as to what the lay of the land is around here.
Happy to serve.
Yeah. Well, from your perspective, what's going on with these protests?
Oh, that's a big question. Quite a tale. Can I get you? We should probably talk in a quieter space.
Sure, yeah. They'll let me in here. Let's go grab a drink.
She gestures you in and follows you towards maybe one of the privater areas of the temple. There are little alcoves for people to rest in, not necessarily private rooms all full out, but definitely areas where an adventurer could rest and seek some refuge. And eventually you find your way into there. She pours herself a cup of tea and offers you some.
I accept it.
Yeah. Pours you both some tea and settles down. And she says, well, a number of days ago, I'm sure you're aware of the protests.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Well, I'm aware of the official line on the protest, but I haven't talked to any witnesses, anyone who's been here in the middle of it.
Well, as you know, a number of years ago, several decades ago, the Steelmarrow tribe of the Ur Nation was annexed by the Tarnad Kingdom. And the protest is all about that. They are demanding that Venithar, a long-standing ally of the Ur Nation, finally do something about this. We have a lot more military than, frankly, the Ur Nations do. And so they're demanding action on this. They are saying that our inaction is permission, essentially. And one thing led to another. There are a lot of people here who don't understand magic, period, let alone primal magic. And so there's an old woman here by the name of Candace Grittlesworth.
Excuse me?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, Candace Grittlesworth. Okay.
Candace, she was having nightmares, and so she started reporting sympathy magic, and then people started feeling hungry by the well, which correlates with the hunger strike. And so the evidence for sympathy magic is pretty high. That got people pretty anxious and angry. And so a fight broke out, and when the guards started to get involved, that's when Sender, he decided to post a quest to protect the protest, saying that Boz would want to encourage change in this space, and that ambition and good fortune smiles on those who seek the change.
That's very interesting. Is to your knowledge, was the Sender aware of, the Crown and the Council of Faith's, position on the Steel Marrow tribe?
Sender Demrick is, how do I say this nicely? Sender Demrick is feisty. He definitely likes to hear both sides and enjoys being a devil's advocate. And while in the past that's definitely gotten him a lot of good praise and gotten him into the position that he's in, I'm worried that in this time, in this moment, he maybe has listened to the devil a bit too much and is advocating for protecting the wrong people.
Now, I appreciate how honest you've been with me so far, and I do have one just very blunt question for you, as somebody who seems to have been observing this place for at least some amount of time. Have you seen any evidence of an organized movement, or some might even call it a cult, pushing against what our Archon, the head of the Church of Vaz, has set out as the position of the church?
Give me a... Do you care how she answers, or are you looking for a reaction?
I am looking for a reaction.
Then give me an instinct roll.
Yeah. Could I spend a hope to get the +2 from experience for being the prelate? Because I'm asking her from a position of authority.
Yeah.
Right. So +2. That is on the die. That is a 7 with fear, but I get a +3 total, so it's a 10 with fear.
Do you think that's a failure with fear? She says, I
get advantage on rolls to detect lies.
Okay.
So maybe above the table. I want to hear
If
her
she
response.
lies,
Can I then do another roll to see if I can detect a lie and what her reaction is?
I try to keep out of the intricacies of the Boz theology and could not tell you one way or another what the Sender was doing. But I will say, a couple weeks ago, he did make a trip. And upon coming back, really did have a lot of thoughts about this whole... He did start using change a lot more now that you mention it. And I feel like that's all I can say. It's not really my place to...
No, I wouldn't ask you to speculate. I appreciate you being willing to speak with me. I have one more question for you.
Of course.
What do you think about the protests? You can be honest. I'm not here to try and get anyone in trouble.
I think that I don't fully understand. I wasn't alive when the Council of Faith and the Incarnate King voted and decided not to come to the aid of the Ur Nation when the Tarnad Kingdom took over and annexed the Steel Marrow tribe. But it does feel like we just kind of left them out to dry. And they have basically been kind of put into like the absolute lowest class. They're in their own lands, and it doesn't feel like we've done a lot to even help those who escape or are seeking refuge, because it would put us at odds with the Tarnod. So it doesn't seem like we're doing the right thing by them in a lot of ways. And the Nations have asked and implored in many different ways for some type of action, be it economic or even if it's not military, they some type of economic move. It just seems like we're not doing enough.
And do you think that's your opinion is a common one around here? Again, you guys are just closer to.
Here, definitely.
Yeah.
There are a lot more. I have a lot more interactions with people from the Urite tribes.
Yeah.
I don't know, with you all being in Resinium City, you probably see a lot of these people a lot less, but the tribes, although they were separate, they were close and they intermingled a lot. So for most of these people, a lot of their families, their parents knew people in the Steel Morrow tribe. This is just one generation removed.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I feel like this is a fresh wound for them. This is the first generation to really kind of see what it's like to have never been free for them. So
I can see how your sympathies here may lie differently than, the perspective that we have back in Resinium City. And I appreciate your honesty. You've been really helpful. Did the sender say when he would be back?
maybe later this afternoon.
Okay.
He tends to come back in the evening time for the blessings.
Okay. Well, I kind of like to go do the work myself, so maybe I'll go out and try and find it myself. See what I see.
If there's anything else that I can do to help, let me know.
I appreciate it. I know where to find you. By the way, years ago, I really liked a band that was led by a Galapagos. Did you know the Speedy Galapagos?
My dad was really into them.
Luken is stabbed in the chest. Luken's like, yeah,
Are you
you're
okay?
good.
Did you swallow your tea wrong?
Yeah.
Sorry, did I leave some herbs in
Yeah,
there?
there must have been some debris in the bottom of the
Sorry.
teacup. Well, keep working on that lyre. You're doing great.
Thanks.
Thanks for everything.
Thanks.
Not the Galapagos or Wilco.
All right. And then last, we will pick up outside of town, outside of the town walls, which are not tall by any means. They are really just a way to have a gate more than anything else to keep some semblance of safety at night, more from animals than anything else. There is maybe 15 large caravans that comprise this merchant caravan in total. Maybe 30 to 45 people comprise this Emberline caravan of merchants. And you, Sahra, approach and quickly are met by 3 large dogs that come up to your shoulder and are kind of not completely aggressive, but kind of give this, if you come closer, we can get more angry vibes. And you are probably 20 to 30 feet away from the caravan itself. And these dogs have just kind of gotten up from their shade where they were lounging like big dogs do. And they've patted their feet over in your direction and now are staring at you before anyone has even emerged. Why don't we describe how you have changed over the last 20 years?
Yeah, so Sahra is an infernus, so she has kind of a scaly lizard type skin and horns, kind of like a devil, right? But just through the years, she has very much been brought up by the nobles of Resinium City, and they have kind kind of like as she's grown up have kind of directed her horns so that they fall around her ear the same way that hair would fall around your ear to make them less noticeable. And she is kind of like a chameleon in a sense that her skin color will change. When she was younger, she had less control over it, and it was largely based on her emotions. Her skin color would change. Now she has more control over the color changing aspects, but when she's in moments of intense emotion, that can sometimes pop out still. Her like neutral color would be like a mauve. like a light kind of purpley color. She is dressed very smartly, that she dresses the same way that a noble would dress, and she is now in traveling clothes, and she sees these dogs, and she is gonna use nature's tongue to talk to them and is gonna be like, "Are you such a good boy? Are you so good puppies?"
Can you read me the exact wording of this spell?
Yeah, it says you can speak the language of the natural world. When you want to speak to the plants and animals around you, make an instinct roll.
Okay.
On a success, they give you information they know. On a roll with fear, their knowledge might be limited or come at a cost.
Okay. I think it gives you the number that you have to beat, too. Right, the instinct roll.
Says 12.
Yep, so go ahead and give me an instinct roll. Try to beat a 12.
I'll try. I did not do that.
Don't forget to add your pluses.
Oh, yes. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
And you can spend a hope to apply
And
any
I'll-
relevant resources
Yeah.
and experiences.
So I can spend a hope to gain a +2 bonus. So that would be... Oh, wait. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Okay.
With fear.
Great. One of the dogs, when you use this primal magic to alter the way you speak, shimmies up to you and is like, I'm a good boy. I'm a good boy.
And I just give it scritchy scratches and smush in his face.
Yeah, it has been completely docile, domesticated at this point. You said with fear.
Yes.
You do, it says, have an opportunity to get some information out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to try and get any information out of this dog while there's no other humans around? Or any other humanoids around?
Yeah, I'm like, hey, buddy, who's the most important person? Who should I talk to?
Oh, you're the most important person right now. You've got good scritches.
Yeah, but who's your people? Who should?
Oh, he gestures, kind of like turns around a little bit and kind of looks in the direction of a tall orc man who is leaning over and looking at the spokes of a wheel on one of the nearby caravan that seems to be damaged in some fashion. And he gestures over and says, that guy feeds me the best food. He's the most important.
Who's your people's name?
Names. Names are complicated. People call him Cardus.
Okay, great. Thanks, buddy.
More scritches, please.
Scritchy.
Great.
So I'm gonna pat him on the head. I say, thanks, buddy. And then I walk away toward Cardus. And I approach and I say, you doing okay? Need any help?
Hello. I don't know who, hello. I could use some help. Yeah, actually. Would you mind, you're a little bit smaller than me. Can you go underneath there? And on the other side, there should be, on the axle, if you could check to make sure there are no cracks in that. I'm going to give it a spin. If you could look to make sure there are no cracks, that'd be great, actually.
Okay, great. Yeah, happy to help.
Great. Go ahead and give me a instinct check.
Okay.
Just trying to beat a 7.
You said instinct?
Yep.
Okay. 12 with fear.
12 with fear. More fear. I think, actually, go ahead and just mark a stress.
Okay.
The act of kind of crawling underneath there, it's hot. And while you're underneath there, you see, now that you are underneath this wagon, your intentions in coming here were to, I'm not going to speak to what your intentions are in coming in here, but you're now on your back underneath this wagon as he is kind of spinning this wheel and you're looking for cracks. And he says, so who are you?
Oh, hi, my name's Sahra. Sorry, I saw your dog. He was really cute, and then I saw you looking at your wagon, so I thought I'd help.
Oh, yeah, I appreciate the help, that's for sure, but can I help you with anything? No offense, but there are a lot of people here in this town who can see us, and not a lot are coming up to help.
Ugh, don't I know it, buddy? Yeah, well, I'm here in good faith, man. I was actually wondering, I'm kind of new in town, and I heard there's like protests and stuff going on. Have you heard anything about that?
You heard about the protests?
Yeah, I mean, people talk. I was in the bar last night, and people were talking, but I couldn't really hear them.
Yeah, there are definitely protests happening here. A couple of the young people here in my group are making a big deal out of some stuff for sure. Yeah.
Great. I what's the cause? How can I join?
You want to join without knowing what the cause is?
Well, I mean, I get good vibes from you, man. What's going on?
You see him put his foot down, right? Kind of wedging his foot kind of at the base of yours, preventing you from you will have to go further into the camp to get out. You can no longer weasel your way back out the way you came. In order to get out from underneath the wagon, you'll have to go into the camp further. He is not trapped you in any way. You can definitely get out, but you cannot come towards him anymore.
Okay.
He is thoroughly stopped you underneath this cabin. He says, listen, are you a guard? Because I'm not going to put up with that.
No.
They've tried to come in here a couple of times now, and I'm not going to tolerate it. If they want to do something, they can at least do official shit.
Whoa, I am so sorry. I am not a guard. I swear. I'm sorry if I gave you sus vibes or something, but...
I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name again?
Sahra?
Sahra what?
Sahra Cassain.
Sahra Cassain. Interesting. Interesting. Not a name I've heard.
Yeah.
Definitely from out of town.
Oh, yeah, I'm from out of town.
Just passing through?
Well, I got some friends in the Nation, and I was gonna go visit them, and this was on my way.
Okay. It's good to know. Sorry, I don't mean to be terribly rude, but things are tense right now. I'm Wayfinder Cardis Deeprock. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Any cracks?
No, there's no cracks.
All right. Well, we just got a bad spoke then. All right. You can come on out. Go on the other side. I'll meet you around over there. And he moves his way to the other side of the wagon and kind of helps you kind of get up from the ground. He dusts off the shoulders on your jacket and gets you a little bit cleaned up. He says, things are tense right now. You'll have to forgive me for not assuming the best of outsiders.
I get it, man. I mean, where I come from, I'm the outsider, and I feel your pain there.
Where is it you come from?
I live in the city. I live in Rosinium City, and they don't take too kindly to people over there.
Oh, you're
Yeah, I'm, I say my name's Cassain, but my real name is Manusblood.
I'm going to spend a fear. He takes 2 steps back from you, and he says, you're the ward.
You've heard of me?
Oh, I've heard of you. You're the king's bootlicker.
I wouldn't say that.
I don't know what else you would say in this moment.
I mean, yes, I grew up there, but I mean, my roots are
Your roots are
Yes. My mother was the chief, and as an act of peace, I moved to Recinium City, and that's how I'm able to get an education, and I can read and I can write. But look,
excuse me. I'm so glad that you've done so many good things for yourself. Why all of us have benefited greatly from your position as ward. I'm sorry, I forgot to think about all of the ways that we've benefited from that. My apologies. Thank you so much, Sahra. Thank you. How can we ever repay you? Would you like to take a wagon? Is that what you're here for? For some type of payment for your good work?
No, that's not. Look, okay, I'm trying to help. I'm not trying to be a scab, all right? I'm not trying to cross picket lines. I genuinely want to help.
Great. It seems like, as ward, if you're here and you join the protest, then they won't be able to do anything.
Great.
You're kind of a protected body. If anything happens to you, that's diplomatic problems.
Great.
So, if I show you to the protest, are you gonna be cool?
That's why I'm here, dude. That's what I said.
Give me a presence check.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna, before you tell me, I think you have to beat a 17.
I got a 19 with hope.
Hell yeah.
Wow. I think you see his mind working as he begins to think of all of the ways he just met you. So I don't think this is you gaining his trust, but you are essentially being like, he at the worst sees you as a extremely valuable chess piece that just walked into his camp, that, oh, if I just stick this important person in the middle of the protesters, then they can't raid them, because if they hurt her, that's a problem. And so if nothing else, you can just see his mind working of, oh, I just have a VIP who I can kind of use as a bodyguard. Or as a meat shield.
Yeah, more like it.
And so he says, yeah, I'll show you. And he walks you out of the caravan, still outside of the town, but closer to the wall, nearby to this well. And this is a large well, maybe 20, 30 feet across, that is clearly used by, there's a stable nearby. This is not the city well. There's a well inside for that. But this is kind of used for not just drinking water, but all types of, we need water for washing. We need water for, this is non-potable water where they can use it for cleaning and all of those kind of other things. And around it are gathered 20 people. Many of these people look like Venitharans. They are sitting there. The mood, even without a check of any kind, the mood feels tame but resolute. People are talking, but not loudly. There are 3 people who are kind of sitting on the ledge of this well, and their hands are bound by what looks like a thick wisp of smoke that moves across their chest where their hands are crossed, or through their wrists, almost touching their hearts on their chest, and then out 10, 15 feet to the next person where their arms are crossed across their chest, and the wisps of smoke, creating this barrier where in order to get to the well, you would have to cross through that wisp of smoke. And you see that A number of the protesters do kind of approach the smoke, walk through it just fine, and you see them like hold their stomach for a brief second and then walk back out of it in some type of like occasional almost moment of, it looks like thoughtful prayer almost. And you see in the center there is this younger tiefling woman who has two horns that stick straight up, large, and kind of wave very much just at the top, where she has two chains linking them with ornaments in between. She appears to be the one kind of leading this protest of some kind. And he says, here's where we are stationed up and currently holding our protest.
Wow. It's a lot of people.
People are more sympathetic to the cause than I think is polite to talk about.
Are the people with their hands bound, are they bound by choice or not by choice?
That is their magic.
Okay.
Yes, they are casting a spell that allows others to experience the memory of someone who recently died.
Wow. That's powerful.
I would encourage you to experience it.
Okay. So I take a deep breath and I walk towards the smoke.
People, the Venitharans kind of clear the way for you. I guess I'll ask this question of you. If a common person were to look at you, would they know that you are
I think based on stereotype, I think yes. I think people can tell just by my race that I'm probably
Yeah. And not all are tieflings. Obviously, the Steelmarrow tribe are giants. They would make assumptions that you are based on your infernus nature. The woman in the center that you are approaching as you get closer to this ring, her eyes are open, she sees you, and she kind of gives you a suspicious look, and she says, "Who are you?"
My name is Sahra Manasblood, and I am here to fight for my ancestors.
Manasblood is an older name.
Yes. My family lineage is strong and goes back generations. My mother was the chief of our tribe.
Do you know what we're doing here?
Not really.
My friend Sethan is from the Steelmarrow tribe, and he died. And I was able to capture his memory from death and am now spreading the word of what's happening there, because people need to know. People talk like, oh, people are misusing and abusing the Steelmarrow tribe, but that's not even half of it. They don't understand how bad it is there. I want people to know. I want them to feel it.
So let me feel it.
Go ahead and give me we're going to do our first weird Justin roll of this campaign. We're going to do 2 reaction rolls. So in this situation, with hope and with fear, don't matter. It's just a number. You're going to give me 2 rolls. The first will be, I want a strength roll, and then I'll want a knowledge roll. Okay. You can roll twice and then assign the one you want to the roll that you want. So you can roll twice and assign them however you want.
Okay. You said strength and knowledge. Okay. Okay, so I got and I got a 9 for knowledge and a 13 for strength.
And that's with your pluses and everything?
Yes.
Okay. Any hope you want to spend in any of that?
I don't know. I don't know what's about to happen. Maybe, okay, wait. Let me spend a hope so that I can +2 my knowledge because I'm connected to my roots.
I like that. I think that's definitely applicable. So bringing it up to 11.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You cross through that line of smoke and immediately feel days of hunger come over you. Days of hunger, while uncomfortable, is not debilitating. So I don't want to describe this as something that is going to cause you any physical harm. You did pass. You needed to get a 12 in your strength roll.
Okay.
So you do not fail this roll. I think what's shocking about this situation is that you went from not hungry to days of hungry in an instant.
Mm-hmm.
So you are able to keep yourself grounded. I think it is one of the first practices that any ritualist in primal magic learns, is how to maintain your presence in yourself, because as you learned at a young age, primal magic is very physical and will try to take that physical away from you if it can. And so you lean back on those years of training and you remind yourself that that hunger you're feeling is not real. It is not your hunger. You are feeling the hunger of the 3 people that this smoke is connecting. However, that pain of the hunger is what the primal magic is going to use to transfer the knowledge and the experience of the memory.
Okay.
And so through that hunger, you start to feel the memories of Sethin. You needed to get a 16 on this knowledge check in order to pass.
Okay.
So you do fail this. So what this looks like is, instead of being able to make, or instead of feeling like a book that you are reading, making instead of making chronological sense of the memories, it's just like a flash pan of knowledge that you were hit with. So you suddenly see and have a memory of yourself in chains, being exposed to caustic gases. You have a sudden memory of being forced to endure large amounts of volatile magic in order to forge metal. You have memories of not being afforded a lot of opportunities to sleep. You have memories of being beaten. You have memories of seclusion. You have memories of being separated from people, getting close to them, being separated again, basically being treated as subhuman. All of this happens almost immediately, and then it's done as fast as it happened. You don't have a lot of time to make sense of these things, but it hits you very, very quickly, and then it's over.
So I stumble back through the smoke, and I'm just sobbing, and I just have tears streaming, and I kind of collapse to my knees, and I'm very overwhelmed with like the emotion, but not quite able to place where that emotion is coming from.
One of the Venithar protestors comes up to you and hands you a container of water and says, drink this, it'll help.
And
it's a lot for your
take
first time. Give yourself a couple of hours. Things will start to collect together. It's a lot.
Thank you. Something needs to be done.
We agree.
My God.
I didn't know how bad it was either until they showed me, but now I do, and I don't even think this is enough.
No one's ever told me this.
I think they keep it quiet. I don't think the Taranad Kingdom want people to know, and I don't think many people in Venithar care to know. It's easier sometimes to ignore atrocities than to face them head on. But that doesn't justify it, you know? We can do better, I think.
And I just kind of nod my head, and my tears start turning into angry tears. And I just keep saying, something needs to be done.
As you kind of gather yourself, you notice that amongst the people, amongst the Venitharan protesters, you also see on the outskirts, leaning against the town wall, there are pockets of people who are in adventuring gear, who are eyeing the wall itself, eyeing the caravan, the horizon, clearly trying to look casual, but also on guard. The protesters remain resolute and focused, but it's clear that they're all hunger striking. Mm-hmm. So some of them, depending on how long they've been here, are feeling pretty tired, and they're just drinking water. So they're not necessarily the most strong. A lot of the safety is coming from these people on the outside, and you see them there.
Is the person that gave me the water, is she still there?
Yeah.
Okay. What is your name?
My name's Darcy.
Darcy, what are those adventurers doing?
They showed up. And they're protecting the protest.
Why?
The police came and arrested, and, well, before the police came, there was a fight with some of the other townsfolk. They claimed that, yes, there is sympathy magic happening here, but it's just, you have to willingly subject yourself to it. It's just right here. There's nothing else beyond just this line here. But they're suspecting that it's bigger than that, and that they're manipulating us. But I'm not being manipulated. I'm choosing to be here.
I believe you.
And they don't get that. They think that I have to be manipulated to think this way, to feel this way. But anyway, once the police showed up after that fight, the local Church of Baaz sanctioned adventurers to protect the group. So that's what they're here for. They're here to protect us from the guards.
Well, do we know what the adventurers want in return?
Oh, they get good experience out of this.
Okay.
Just XP.
Yeah.
That's fair.
They're out here grinding.
Yeah, this is a guard job. This is what they signed up for. They are an adventuring party.
I guess I just need to know how I can help.
Your participation is great, and like us, we're just here joining along. And the more of us, if we have high enough numbers, they can't arrest us all, right?
I don't know that to be true, but
I mean, the jail can only house like 20 people. So if we just get 5 more, like, they literally can't arrest us all.
Well, I like your optimism, Darcy. Darcy, can you keep a secret?
Yes.
Do I believe her?
No. You just met her.
Darcy, I think that I can be a real asset to you guys.
Oh, I think that too. Everyone is.
All right. So what is it that we need other than, I feel like this is not doing what we need, right? If the goal is to get this information out, and currently the only way for people to experience this is to willingly submit, we need to find another way to get this information, to spread this information.
Right now, there are 3 members of the caravan who are already in jail. They need to be released. They didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
We were victims. They were victims. They need to be released. After that, we want the senator to bring a petition to the Senate asking for an official refuge to be made for members of the Steel Marrow tribe who escape and can come here and not fear retribution from the Taranad kingdom and know that Venithar will protect them. These feel like easy things that an ally should provide.
Yeah. So I just kind of nod my head and I go, I'll see what I can do.
Are you like someone important?
I just kind of like give her a wink.
You get the vibe that Darcy does not read the news.
Yeah.
Darcy does not read the papers.
I've got friends in high places.
That'd be great. If you know Senator Reyes, he's not even come out to meet us yet.
Well, like I said, Darcy, I'll see what I can do.
Thanks. You've been saying this, and over Darcy's shoulder, Amira has been listening to all of this. And she has kind of continue to give you those suspicious eyes as you've kind of explained to Darcy that you might be willing to help. You get the idea that Amira cannot move from her spot. She is locked into place here. But she is going to watch you as you leave.
Great.
Each of you have paid for rooms in the local tavern.
So we're not sharing a room.
You are not sharing a room. Absolutely not.
Can we like hang out for a while into the night?
Absolutely.
Okay.
That's the tavern will allow you to hang out. But your
that is what taverns do
Yeah.
historically.
you are welcome to congregate. You traveled here relatively together, but you also traveled here magically. So there is a space in Resinium City called the Waygate. It's not a direct teleportation. It's like, think of it like a short hop, like flights with connections. So it probably still took you 3 or 4 days to get here in total, but it was much faster than had you gone by horse or by caravan. Also, I'm going to go over what facts you know. On the 1st, the Urvite caravan arrived from Tollendale in Charnwick. This is a monthly thing, very normal. On the 6th, the young people led by Amira began the protest ritual. On the 8th, Candace filed her complaint. On the 9th, Jairus Vanworth and 5 others got into a physical altercation with the protesters. Jairus and 3 protesters were arrested. On the 10th, a large group of young Charnwick citizens began joining the protesters. Later that night, an individual, supposedly Sister Hennel, killed Otra late in the night in a nearby, did I say forest?
Woods.
Woods. In a nearby woods.
And it is like we are being told that it's basically accepted as fact that it was Sister
Yes.
Ultra, but we don't.
Being told by the
Sister Hennel.
the
Sister
guard.
is the guard.
Sister Hennel killed Otra.
Otra
But
Lochner.
We don't know. Like, there's been no court of law. There's been no.
Correct. Yep.
These could be fabrications. My
Correct.
my client could be innocent.
Correct. I did miss out on the 9th is when the goods were taken from Sister Hennel.
And today's the 12th, right?
Yeah.
It very well could be we got sent when the physical altercation happened.
Yeah.
On the 9th.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
After arrest.
Yeah, once arrests are made, it makes sense for them
Yep.
to send in the big guns, 3 semi-related weirdos.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you guys being sent is an escalation of the situation, but not a national escalation of the situation.
It's not
their
sending in
way
the
of-
guard. It's
Correct. It's their way of being like, the nation's going to handle it before the nation has to handle
it'd
it.
be really great if you guys handle this in a way where nobody has to think about this after tomorrow.
Right. So the adventurers got there on the 11th.
And when was Otra killed?
On the 10th.
Okay.
Sometime the 10th.
Found on the 11th, though, right?
Yeah. The three of you have rooms in the local tavern that have been paid for by the Council of Faith, the Senate, and the Crown. You are welcome to return to those or stay where you want. This is also an opportunity for you all to conversate and discuss the information that you've gathered. You arrived here via Magical Waygate and did not have a ton of opportunity to discuss. It wasn't an immediate teleport here. There were a couple puddle jumps via smaller waygates on the way here, so it did take a little bit of time. It wasn't an immediate teleport. So this is not the first time maybe you've talked to one another, but definitely will be the longest time you'll have spent in a number of years with each other. The tavern room is filled with people in that this is the only tavern in the city, in the town, but it is also not filled to the brim on account of the city being on edge. It looks like it's mostly people who live very, very close by and regulars. You all do stick out a little bit like sore thumbs in that you are from out of town, and people have at first noticed you and given you a lot of attention, but having seen you come and go at least once throughout the day, kind of understand this is not a town completely unfamiliar with adventurers and or people on their way through a trade route. So the idea of outsiders is not completely foreign. It's mostly just that you are the only three in this room who currently do not live here.
Have I met with Gustavo yet?
You have not. He was predisposed
Cool.
For the meeting and unfortunately was unable to meet with you.
Convenient. Herry walks into the bar, goes straight to the bartender, and just hands a fairly large stack of money to them and goes, "This is more than I can drink, but not much more." and then heads to a table.
He knowingly puts a finger to his nose and says, "I'll keep that in mind.
Thank you.
I think I came in closely behind Herry. I saw this happen. I walk up to the table and clap you on the back and say, "You're paying for everybody tonight, it looks like, huh?"
Absolutely. Why not?
It's been a while. Good to see you.
How are you, Luken? Oh, I'm sorry. Prelate.
Look, we go back far enough. You don't need to use the title here. But it's good to see you.
Good to see you, too.
How are things?
Murdery, I guess. I don't know. It's fucking a lot.
Yeah.
I come in and I see both of them, and I am more excited to see Herry than I am to see Luken. But I'm excited to see both of them. But I run up and I give you a big hug, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh!
How are you? What have you been up to today?"
Oh boy, do I have something to tell you guys.
It looks like there've been some waterworks. If I know you well enough, what's going on?
Well, I went and I met the protesters.
Holy shit! You've been over there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So there's
Here, get a drink. Here, let's find a table. Let's find a table.
They slide you each drinks. You guys find a table a little bit off to the side where people cannot hear you generally.
Great. So I found the caravan, and I met Amira Rashad.
Oh, okay.
And so they have, they're at the well, and there's three of them that are hunger striking. Or sorry, are they all hunger striking, or is it just the three?
All of the people are hunger striking, but the three are the only ones that have done it for multiple days.
Okay, great. So there's three of them, and they're chained together with magic, and when you pass their line, you feel the hunger, and you also feel the memory of some of the atrocities that have been taking place. At least that's
Okay.
my experience. I crossed it.
Really?
I went in.
How was that?
Fucking brutal, man.
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah, there were fucking people in chains and people being gassed and tortured and put into solitary confinement, and it's fucked up, man.
Above table,
Mm-hmm.
how much of a surprise, like, how much intel do I have on the Senate of how fucked up Gerardot is in that region of Ur Nation? Like, I'm assuming it's not that much of a surprise to me that, like, torture is happening and things are this bleak.
It is known that the Tarnad Kingdom functions on a caste system.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is known that the Tarnad Kingdom do not treat the Steel Morrow tribe well. What is probably not frequently talked about are the details,
Sure.
and you have heard sparing reports.
Yeah.
Rarely direct.
Sure. So this probably isn't surprising that it's this bleak, but the details are not.
Correct.
Okay. So, yeah, there's a bunch of people talking about it, empathy magic or sympathy magic or whatever the hell it's called, and I'm assuming that's what that is.
Yeah.
Not to say that it's not true or incredibly valid, but...
And from what I can tell, the sympathy magic is you have to submit to it. I didn't feel it just walking up to them. I had to willingly cross the line to feel it.
Gotcha. That's great. I mean, that's... Nothing's good news going on, but that's good news.
I mean, from what I can tell, I don't think that they have the ability to submit people to it without their will.
Gotcha. Jeez. I met with Lieutenant Stryke, and she wants blood. And even, frankly, had a veiled threat / warning that she doesn't have control of what her guard does after hours. So we're not through the woods on as far as violence or anything, I don't think. Just to let you guys know.
So somebody was telling me that there were 3 people who were arrested and they're being held right now. And ultimately what the protesters want is those prisoners to be released. And they want refuge and protection, basically.
Gotcha. Okay.
And what are the odds of us getting those prisoners released?
I don't know yet. I haven't been able to talk to Reyes, the senator. Got blown off this afternoon with him. I've talked just to the lieutenant and saw what happened to the captain that was murdered. And it's brutal. Sounding equally brutal. I don't know. It sounds like that captain confiscated a bunch of spell components and then was murdered not long after, maybe the next day. So it also doesn't completely add up that, hey, we lost all our spell components and then did magic so horrifically. So there's something not adding up within this, but the lieutenant's after blood for that captain's vengeance here. So we also have to figure that out in order to just get some patience down. So that's a piece of information from the Ur side, the protester side, that we probably need to get to the bottom of. Is there any evidence to get them out of being accused of that?
Right.
If that makes sense. How's your day going, Luken?
Well, I spent most of my day trying to figure out who authorized sending adventurers to guard the protesters here.
I didn't think it went to the top.
Because that's, as I understand it, not the party line here.
Okay.
I was not able to find the sender who, ordinarily when a Seraph comes to town, especially kind of a outskirts town like this, the sender of the local, House of Fortune would be there to greet me.
Sure.
That's just kind of part of the deal. He was out. I was able to verify he is the one who sent over the adventurers to guard the protesters. I went out looking for him, didn't find him. So I did get some information from a very pleasant acolyte who was very willing to talk to me. But the sympathies in this town seem to be with the protesters. Before I jump to any conclusions about why, this sender seems to have kind of gone off script a little bit, I think it's, from what I'm hearing from Sahra, I think we have to give some weight to the fact that these protesters are pretty sympathetic figures on the whole.
Yeah, I mean, first, it sounds like someone's trying to grow a 5th arm. Which is, that's for you to fuck with. But I think nationally, it's not a particularly popular movement that we've made. away from your nation. That's true, right? Generally, like sympathies is generally anyway.
Yeah.
So I think they have more power than maybe even they realize, and more backing than they realize. So we have to figure out how to disperse this and get them a better audience without blowing the spot.
Yeah, I think de-escalation is still seems like the order of the day, but this is not what I thought I was flying into.
What I don't mean to ask. You're fairly high up. Your boss doesn't have a boss, and so what are
My boss answers to God,
okay. Well,
as do we all.
On this plane, your boss doesn't have a boss. How hard is it? How hard would it get? For this Deep Rock to get a meeting with your boss? That's a rocket ship to the top. So I don't expect that to be an easy call. But I'm trying to figure out what cards we have to offer. I'm not a particularly high-ranking Senate member, and I'm here, but I can't exactly get someone audience with the king. But someone on the Council of Faith.
Archon Rondellis, he's in Rosinium City. He's not exposed to what we've seen today.
Yeah.
And even if I could get an audience with the Archon, I'm not sure how that audience would be received. I'm not
sure.
Well,
I'm not saying that needs to happen anytime soon. But if there's something on the table there, it's worth investigating.
If it's something they want, it's something that
a negotiating.
We can talk about.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. So they want. That's kind of all they want. Refugee status for folks in the Steelmarrow tribe.
Yes.
And they want the folks that were in the scuffle released.
Correct.
Who would be responsible for releasing the folks in the scuffle? Is that your?
I'm assuming it's Tavo.
Yeah, Gustavo or Lieutenant Stryke?
We're not going to get anywhere with Stryke.
That seems unlikely.
We're going to go over Strike's head for anything at all. At this point, we're on Strike's team, as far as Stryke knows.
Sure.
Well, that's what we were sent out here to do.
Exactly.
But if this is what we were able to find out from the protesters and about the protests on our first day in town, I worry that as we're here longer, we're going to find more.
100%. Sahra, was Sister Hennel there? She's the number one suspect for the murder. Did you run into them?
I didn't hear anything about her.
Okay. That's interesting. We need, if they're going to get out of that one, this might be a you thing. We're going to need some evidence that they weren't involved. Because right now they're the logical leap. There's no evidence either way. So as soon as they can get evidence to prove they weren't involved, the better. Yeah.
So I do have one more thing.
Yeah.
I think it's worth looping you all in on. The sender, the one I wasn't able to find, the information I got from him is that apparently he wandered off for a few days and came back talking about how much and how important the aspect of Boz that seeks change is.
So that's true.
So we might have some cult of metamorphosis influencing what's going on here as well.
So what does that mean?
Well, I am one of the 4 Seraphs of Boz. My boss, the Archon, is a staunch ally of the king. It's no secret that's one of the reasons that the Church of Boz has its elevated status on the council is how we've tied ourselves to the incarnate king. The cult of metamorphosis would prefer that we do away with all of that. They think that, as the god of ambition, Boz would not want his church to be stagnant and static in terms of being tied closely to the status quo and the existing structure. And they want to take action to force our hand and transform the church away from that. I wouldn't say, amongst the Church of Oz that the House of Fortune here is a super influential one, but this is the first I've heard of somebody as high up as a sender for an entire town, speaking using the language of the cult.
Where's that timeline line up with the protests? Is this before the protest starts or after the protest starts? As far as him leaving and coming back as a
Right.
changed man.
Well before.
It was before.
Okay.
Yeah, so it predates all of this.
Okay.
Apparently he had been preaching about, the tone of his messages has shifted even before these protests started, according to my source.
I'm going to spend a fear.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah, make something happen.
As you were all sitting here, a group of 4 drunkards walk into the tavern, all of them still wearing their official guardsman garb, but clearly in their off hours as they are, a little bit more disheveled and taking their helmets off, kind of leaving their scabbards a little looser. They go up to the front, they get their drinks, and they sit at a table, still out of earshot, but clearly in line of sight of you all, of where you were all sitting, and take up their spot kind of well within view of where you are all at, and now have kind of made themselves known in this space while you guys are all talking. So they're now a group of drunken guards in this space with you. Continue.
I think I make knowing eye contact with both of you and say, hey, might be time to kind of watch what we say around here.
Yeah. Why are they always messy? Why are the guards always drinking? Why are they always drunk? Why are the guards always this kind of guys?
As you say that,
Says something about their recruiting practices.
A server comes up and hands you another drink.
Thank you so much. Pounds. Yeah.
As I understand, this is yours.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Keep them coming. Thank you so much.
So, Harry, what do you think we should do?
Jesus. What we still need to talk to Tavo and figure out what he's sympathetic to their nation. He just has a guard lieutenant up his ass about a murder, which is not incredibly unfair. I think we need to spend a little more time getting to know the folks at the protest camp. The lieutenant wants a declaration to be able to effectively use force to go arrest whoever they think did the murder, had action in the murder. They don't have any hard evidence about it, so there's not really anything there's something to worry about there in that I'm not sure how under control she has her force, but
So I need to gather information with the protesters.
I think so, and figure out where everyone was and if they know
Find an
anything about
alibi.
anything on the 10th. Yeah. And then Luken, you gotta figure out what's changing.
Yeah, I need to find my sender.
Yeah.
On its face, between my boss isn't here listening.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem unreasonable to allow some adventurers to go perform guard duty on protesters that, a couple instances aside, have largely been peaceful. I worry, though, that there might be more to this than what is on its face.
Yeah. We're on a clock as well.
Yeah.
Caravan's going to be noticed that Salt hasn't gotten through. So I'd say 2 days. How much time do we have above table before?
2 days would be pushing it.
Yeah.
2 days would be pushing it.
I think we got to start moving.
Locked up in 2 days.
Yeah. I think we got to start.
Heading home in 2 days.
Yeah. That gives us tomorrow.
One of the guardsmen pushes his chair back kind of loudly, looks over at your table, and in particular at the large red flames and cape of Prelate Luken, and says, "Hey, I know that. Look, you work with the sender, don't you?"
I've actually not had the pleasure of meeting the sender yet, but yeah, I'm part of the Church of Boz. What can I do for you?
you're part of the problem. You should go and tell those adventurers that they should leave. They're getting in the way of the law.
What does the law plan to do?
Those people, they murdered someone. We've got to question them. You should get them out of there tonight.
Tonight?
Yeah.
You seem to be implying that something's going to happen.
Justice is going to happen. That's what's going to happen.
Tell me more. You know that the Church of Boz is a staunch ally of the king and of order.
Well, seems like those two things aren't always the same anymore, doesn't it?
The king has not changed his tune at all.
Well, yeah, we'll tell that to us out here.
Harry's gonna walk in between and just be like, "How can we help you boys? We're I had a big meeting with Stryke this afternoon.
I'm not talking to you,
I had a
little
big
man."
little man.
And he kind of
Big
puts
guy.
his hand on your
Big
shoulder.
guy.
And he points his finger at you, Luken, and says, "You need to tell the adventurers to leave before they get themselves in a place where they can't handle it."
I want to use voice of reason on this guy.
Oh, yeah.
You speak with an unmatched power and authority. You have an advantage on action rolls to de-escalate violent situations or convince someone to follow your lead. I think we are getting close enough to a violent situation.
Yeah, for
here.
sure.
I'm emboldened in moments of duress, which is not this. So I have advantage on an action roll here.
Okay.
I want to use my voice of reason and say, I'm going to suggest maybe we take our hands off the senator, and along with that, I think it would be really helpful if you want me to go talk to those adventurers. Why don't you tell me, what's going to happen if they stick around?
Let's get these guys another round.
Yeah. We can all talk like adults here. We're all having drinks.
Go ahead and give me a presence check with advantage. You have to beat a 12.
It's a 15 with fear on the first one.
Advantage is adding a d6.
Oh, well, I got a 15.
Yeah.
So I don't really.
Yep, with fear.
16, still with fear.
He takes his hand off the little guy
Harry just winks at him.
and says, "Oh, sorry, Senator. Didn't know.
No worries.
Didn't know.
No worries.
Where are you from?"
Oh, I'm Senator from Residuum City.
"Oh, city folk.
Yeah.
Sorry, didn't know. You know what?
It's all right.
Me and my friends will just kind of get on our way."
No, we're chatting now.
No.
I just bought you another round. Come on, we're chatting.
We haven't even started drinking
Yeah,
yet.
let's go.
And I stand up. I'm like, come on, boys, let's go. You guys want to party, right?
I bet I can drink you under the table, big boy.
But I'm using that fear. And you see the other three kind of all get up, and they gather their things and they say, "You know what? I think we're a little bit farther gone than we thought, and I want to be respectful. We got a little in over our heads, so I think we're going to call it a night. You all have a good evening. We hope to see you in the future under better circumstances." Sound good? We apologize for our friend here.
No harm, no foul.
I'm going to cast Recant. Spend a hope to cast Recant so they don't remember the last minute of this.
What does this look like?
As they're walking out, Harry just starts whistling like a very old folk tune, just like a bark tune, just kind of whistling as he watches them go out, and then just kind of like they can just kind of hear the tune like kind of earworm in their head as they just kind of theoretically slowly forget. And I'm going to use a subtle spell as my thing. Yep. Oh, they have to make a reaction roll. They need a 15.
Oh, I think I just rolled
It's just flat, yeah.
I fail.
Yeah, so they don't remember this conversation.
They just start whistling that same tune that you are on their way out. And they have no recollection of... They remember getting a little rowdy.
Yep.
And then making their way out after having a couple of drinks. They do not remember the like actual altercation itself.
Well done.
And yeah, they're just all whistling the same tune as they make their way out.
You've been listening to Faith and Fortune by Theater of the Mindset. Our actual players this season are Steve Edinger, Shelby Myers, Nick Traeger, and your kind and generous GM, Justin Gerardot. Audio engineering, post-production, and scoring is done by Nick Traeger at Studio 3607. If you're enjoying the show, you can help us grow with no capital investment by sharing it with a friend, following us on Instagram and Reddit, writing us a review on your favorite podcatcher, or you can chip in for coffee at our Patreon. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week on Theater of the Mindset.